The sun was setting behind the small gas station on the edge of town when Mark pulled in, his Harley roaring before falling silent. He was tired, dusty, and hungry after a long ride through the backroads. As he leaned on his bike, sipping from his water bottle, he noticed a small figure across the street, a little girl, maybe 8 or 9, standing beside a rusty, old bicycle. Her dress was faded, her hair messy, but her eyes, they carried something far heavier than a child should bear. She walked up slowly, holding the handlebars tight. "Sir," she said softly, her voice trembling, will you buy my bike?" Mark frowned. "Buy your bike? Why, sweetheart?" She swallowed hard. "Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days. We used to have a house, but people took it. Mommy says it's okay, but she cries when she thinks I'm asleep." The biker's throat tightened. He'd seen tough times, been through wars, lost friends, but this small voice hit something deep inside him. He knelt down beside her. "Where's your mom, honey?" The girl pointed to an old blue van parked near the alley. A woman sat inside, her face pale, holding her stomach. The window was cracked open, and Mark could hear a weak cough escape her lips. Without thinking, Mark pulled a $50 bill from his wallet. "Here, keep the bike. Just get your mom something to eat." But the girl shook her head. "No, sir. Mommy says we don't take money we didn't earn. Please, just take the bike. It still rides good." That broke him. Mark stood up and looked back at his group of bikers, 6 of them, leather jackets, tattoos, the kind people avoided in parking lots. But they saw what he saw, a mother and child hanging on by a thread. He turned to his crew. "Boys, we've got a mission." Within minutes, they were moving. 2 went to the diner, 1 to the grocery store, another to the pharmacy. When they came back, they had hot food, bags of groceries, medicine, and even a blanket for the van. The little girl watched, wide-eyed, as the bikers filled her arms with food. Her mother stepped out, weak but stunned. I don't know what to say," she whispered. Mark smiled gently. "You don't have to say anything, ma'am. Just eat. Take care of your little one." Tears rolled down her cheeks. "People took everything from us. My husband died last year. The landlord said we were behind on rent, and one night they just threw our stuff out. No one's ever helped us since." Mark's crew stood silent, their tattoos and tough looks suddenly fading into something raw and real. One of them, Big Ray, cleared his throat. "Well, ma'am, looks like you've got some family now." The next day, Mark called in a few favors. Within a week, a fundraiser went up on social media, help Sarah and Lily get back on their feet. It spread faster than anyone expected. The story of the little girl trying to sell her bike so her mom could eat touched hearts all across the country. Donations poured in from everywhere, Canada, the UK, even Australia. When Mark returned to town 2 weeks later, he found the same blue van, but this time parked outside a small apartment. The little girl came running out, wearing a clean dress, her smile brighter than the sun. "Sir, Mommy made you pie," she shouted, waving. He laughed, scooping her up as her mom came out holding a freshly baked pie. "You didn't have to," Mark said, smiling. "I wanted to," Sarah replied softly. "Because people like you reminded me that kindness still exists." The bikers stayed for dinner that night. There was laughter, real food, and warmth, the kind you can't buy or fake. Before leaving, Mark handed the little girl her old rusty bike. "You might need this again someday." She grinned. "Maybe I'll ride it to help someone else." He smiled. "That's the spirit, kid." As the engines roared back to life and the bikers rode off into the fading sunset, one thing was clear: sometimes the toughest people carry the softest hearts. And one small act of kindness can ripple across miles, changing lives in ways we never imagine.